anticipated 200 fly, a wide open race. As you look at the NCAA and American mark, Tom Shields of California in the spotlight. He has the NCAA record. He's thinking about the championship. Great storylines in this one, Rowdy, with Shields obviously in lane 7.
Tom Shields is going to be a big factor here, Trey. He will spend almost 60% of the race underwater, and what's much more important is the team battle, obviously. A half a point separating these two teams, Cal and Texas. Texas doesn't have anybody in this race.
Sullivan in lane 2. Keep an eye on him as well for the Bears.
Shields right there. He comes in with a top time by over a second. As you said, he had the NCAA record. He could break 140. He's having this kind of competition. Already won the 100 fly and the 100 back. Then 132 plus on the relay. He's just done it all for Cal. What a fairy tale story, though, Trey, for Mark Dilla to get a victory here. He won this event last year, only to get DQ'd on a questionable one-handed turn. Now a senior. It would be a great way for him to go out a champ in his final race as a Georgia Bulldog. Top qualifier in lane 4, Boyer from Stanford, also a huge big-time swimmer. Mad Wet in lane 3. Boy, this really shapes up to be a good one.
Shields, the sophomore, in lane 7. In the yellow cap.
He has just really taken this event to amazing heights. He spins, like I said, almost 60% of the race. Watch him right there. Watch what he does underwater. He made this stroke into such a leg-driven stroke, Trey. He digs those hands with that high catch. He has great range of motion. Look at the range of motion he has. Incredible flexibility.
Dilla in lane 5 right now, the advantage in lane 5 and 7.
I was just getting ready to say, oh, what a story this would be for Mark Dilla. You just kind of have to pull for him just a little bit just to see what he does.
Under what he did, record pace here.
Now, Dilla has probably a better last 50 than Shields. Problem, does he see him? I'm not sure he even has gotten a view of him. Now, Dilla will breathe to his left, coming home the last 25. Boy, what a great swim for Tom Shields at this point. All right, he had a tight turn now in that last turn. Gave a huge momentum boost to Dilla.
Dilla trying to close out his career with a high fashion statement.
Dilla's going to do it. He's going to do it.
He's got it.
He did it. He did it. Mark Dilla did it.
Not a record, but disqualified last year. Twice he finally wins it.
It was that last turn. He just really nailed that last turn. Shields was really fading at the end. What a great story this is. I mean, if you could understand the background of the story. He wins the race. He had this kind of reaction. You see Shields off the block. Wonderful first 175 yards for Shields. You see 25 yards left to go, but watch his turn by Dilla. He saw Shields. Shields punched that turn, and then he came sailing off that turn. Oh, I'm talking about Dilla. But think about the story. He had this same reaction last year. He comes in, he finishes the race, he looks back, and he says, I won. He goes crazy. But he got disqualified. Guess what, Mark? There's no DQ this time. You are the champion. Mark, can you hear me?
Got you now.
Mark, congratulations.
Thank you,
I know it doesn't make up for last year, but Does it take away from the sting from what happened with the DQ last year?
100%. I've worked this whole past year for this one race today. And to see everything come to fruition and see everything come together like it did tonight, to end my college career on this, right here, this swim, can't ask for much more. Last year was a bummer, but I'll take this one, absolutely.
What were you thinking going into that last 25?
Game over. That last 25 is what I worked this entire year for, and to be in that position to make a move on that last 25 and become champion, that's what I wanted.
Congratulations, Mark. Well deserved.
Thanks so much, Rowdy.
Okay, thank you. An emotional win in the 200 fly for Mark Dilla of Georgia. Bobby Bollier of Stanford second, and Tom Shields of Cal takes third. Mark Dilla, the champ, joins us.
Our awards presenter swam for the University of Arizona. During his career, he won 9 NCAA individual titles in the middle distance and distance freestyle. He swam in 4 consecutive Olympic Games from '96 through 2008 and won a gold medal in the world record-setting 400 freestyle relay in '04. Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from South Africa, he came all the way from South Africa tonight to be here for the final meet of Frank Bush, the head coach of Arizona. Ladies and gentlemen, our presenter, Rick Neatling. Finishing in 8th place, representing California, 1:45.84, Robbie Sullivan. Placing 7th from Florida, 1:43.15, Sebastian Rousseau. 6th for Michigan, 1:42.51, Dan Medwed. 5th representing Wisconsin, 1:42.49, Dan Lesker. 4th representing Florida, 1:42.13, Marcin Chisla. Finishing 3rd representing California, 1:41.20, Tom Shields. Finishing 2nd from Stanford, 1:40.76, Bobby Bollier. And your NCAA champion, a senior for Georgia, setting a new meet and pool record. His time, 1:40.60, Mark Dilla. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating your top 8, led by your NCAA champion, Mark Dilla, for the Georgia Bulldogs. It's tater time. And ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap up that award ceremony, we want to take a moment to recognize an individual that we just mentioned. Ladies and